Welcome to Something Extra. I am your host, Maria Sivertson. On today's show, we'll be taking you to the unveiling of the More Alike Than Different mural in Cleveland, and we'll be talking to some of the people involved in that artistic statement. You'll also be meeting the new family and parent coordinator from DSANEO.
Yeah, Down syndrome, but guess what? I'm bilingual.
I am in a regular post-grade class.
I am employed.
I am a special
Olympic swimmer.
I'm a very fair.
I am an international global messenger for Special Olympics.
I am a cheerleader. I'm a cover model. For more information on Down syndrome, please visit Behavior Links.
Welcome back. I'm here with Rich Tamo. And Rich, I know that's not your real name.
Rich Tamulewicz.
We call him Rich Tamo for short at work. So Rich is our new parent and family support coordinator at DSANEO. Rich, so you're initially the first contact when someone receives a diagnosis of Down syndrome.
Yes, it can come in a variety of ways. If someone's searching on the internet and they find us and they go to our website, they can go to, there's an online submission portal. If they're searching the actual website, you can see the staff. It'll go immediately to me. It goes to my email, and I actually have on my phone, I have a specific ding that when a new parent email comes in, so that I get it.
I've heard the dings.
You've heard the dings, but they can do it like that. We can get online submissions to our Facebook page. DSANEO has a parent-to-parent network, so if you go in a Google search, or not a Google search, but a Facebook search, and type in Down Syndrome Ohio, the Down Syndrome Association of Northeast Ohio Parent-to-Parent Network will pop up, and they can request to join that, and they actually have questions in there that they can answer. But also we get referrals from doctor's offices. If it is a prenatal diagnosis, a genetics counselor might give some information from it, or from them about us, and parents can reach out to us after that. If it is an at-birth diagnosis, whether it's the doctor, the attending pediatrician, or a social worker can give us some information. But a lot of families too, while they're there, once they get their diagnosis, they will take to the internet, and which is good about having our name as the Down Syndrome Association of Northeast Ohio. If you just type in Down Syndrome Ohio, boom, we pop right up. So it's very accessible. But yes, I am the first contact. And if I get an email or a Facebook, I try to get back to those families within 24 hours just to get an initial contact. And then we'll set up an initial meeting. Unfortunately, over the last year and a half, we've had to do everything over Zoom, just to stay safe, especially with the little baby at home. I obviously have 4 little ones at home, and I know how cautious we were back in the day with, obviously now we have COVID season, we had cold and flu season, but it's nice because then we could arrange it to fit their schedule, to fit my schedule, and I'll meet with them either during the day, I'll do meetings at night from my house, which is challenging with the 4 little ones at home, or I'll do them on Saturdays or Sundays, but I'll meet with the family for anywhere from an hour or longer. My time is their time, and we get a chance to meet, and it's nice because they get a chance to open up to me, express their worries, their concerns, their fears, any anxieties, and one thing, not just being in the role I'm in, I'm also a parent. I was there, so it's not so much a job, it's just me helping out another family that and being able to empathize and know what they're feeling and let them know, hey, I felt those feelings.
Yes. Yeah, because you have a daughter, Kayla.
Yeah.
So you know what it's like to receive the diagnosis, and like you talked about, having those feelings. So you're there to support the family from the very beginning until they transition into adulthood, which we'll be talking to Lori in one of our other episodes. But what else does DSANEO offer our families?
Well, aside from just the initial meeting with the parent, because we'll talk about everything that we have to offer with the parent. They'll talk about their concerns. I let them ask me questions.
You bring them a welcome packet?
Yeah, bring them a welcome packet. Or welcome packet consists of some materials on the organization, understanding diagnosis. But actually, it's not even, I don't even want to call it a welcome packet. The first thing I do, it's a baby gift, because we're celebrating their baby. They had a child, because that's the thing we have to do, is we have to make sure that this family looks at, first and foremost, this is your child. We're celebrating birth of your child. Diagnosis is second.
Yes.
And it's just celebrating that.
It's baby first.
It's baby first. But as far as what else do we offer? I mean, I work with new and expectant families, and I kind of work with all families that have kids, like from newborns to about age 12. I look for other types of programming. COVID has obviously put a damper on that over the last couple years, but we're starting to look into doing some other things. Prior to COVID, after initial meeting with myself or Lori, my predecessor, we had baby groups, baby and toddler play groups throughout Northeast Ohio.
I attended those when Eve was young.
Yeah, we did for a long time, and then when I got on staff, my wife and I actually went with all 4 of our kids, and we ran the play groups, which was fun. And what was actually cool, though, because my kids all helped set the stuff up. We actually donated all the toys that we were getting ready to get rid of. We donated them to the organization, and my boys would come and they'd set all the cars and the blocks up, and it was nice. It was a nice family play group. But we had 3 of those. We were getting ready to add a couple more, and then obviously March of 2020 hit, and that put a damper. So,
and it was good for the families to see, Kayla interacting with her siblings and with other families and their children at these play groups. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I tell you, one of the things that was real special. One of the times we had a family there, and there's like, who are all these kids? I said, well, they're my kids. They said, oh my gosh, you had all these other kids after Kayla? I go, yes. I'm like, yeah, our life went on. But so we had these play groups, but once COVID hit, we took to Zoom, and we kind of did a lot of different types of Zoom programming. And so how do you do that with little kids? We partnered with me and Miss Barb that works at the office as well. We tried doing anything we could do that was fun for the little kids. So we did story time with Miss Barb every Wednesday at 5 o'clock. She would read a couple stories like Berenstain Bears and stuff like that to the kids, and that was real fun. We had Josh the Juggler would come and do a variety hour. Keith the Magic Man would come and do stuff. But then we also did a variety of things to support parents. We would have some Zoom webinars. We brought in friends of the community, whether it actually be a parent, aunt, uncle, or someone that was associated with our organization. And we've had seminars on wills and estate planning, special needs trust, potty training, behavior, whatever we could do to continually support the families, and just what we were doing it online. But I think what originally started off as a curse was kind of like a blessing, because we took to this technology that was always there. And when you talk about DSANEO's reach, we service 16 counties in Northeast Ohio. So, I mean, I have families in Sandusky to Ashtabula, all the way down to Wayne County and stuff like that.
Attending all of
Yeah,
these.
attending stuff. So when we're based in Independence and we have families all over the place, now with the Zoom technology that we were kind of forced to use, it's actually been great, because we're getting so much more participation. We're able to support so many more people and bring things to our families, and it's been really cool. So we're constantly just trying to think of what are some things, and I guess as a parent, not just an employee, that's something that I constantly think, hey, what are things that my wife Amber and I did in the last 9 years with our daughter that I need to make sure these new families are knowing? Because at the baby and toddler play groups, we got to sit there and the kids played, and the parents would say, hey, what should we be doing now? What should we be doing now? Because when I'm meeting with a new parent, I can't say, hey, we're going to talk about special needs trust and financial planning. I mean, parents
you
are
want
scared.
them to enjoy the baby.
They want them to enjoy the baby. Yes,
just like everybody else.
Just like everyone else. That baby, you got to revel in the birth of your son or daughter, And so the Zoom and these seminars that we do gives us an opportunity to say, hey, these are some things you need to think about. And we do stuff periodically throughout the year. We try to take the summer off. Summer is more about fun, but then we do a lot of other activities. Last weekend we did the Patterson Fruit Farm out in Chesterland.
That's always fun.
That's always fun. It's just, I mean, kids were pumpkin painting, they were doing hay rides and playing all over the place, and that was fun. All the families got to come and have a nice day outside.
So your role is all about connecting the families with our organization and with each other. So we do have some family support groups. Like I was just at Mom's Night Out last night. That was fun. We had about 20 moms there, having a good time, just talking, bonding. You know, I mean, we're already. You know, as a parent too, I mean, when you find out someone has a child with Down syndrome, you instantly bond. It's like the weirdest, you know, feeling. You just have that instant connection, and then everything just grows from there. Friendship. You know, I've made some friends for life. You know, through my journey. Especially. You?
Yeah, Maria's become like a big sister to me over the last 2 years. And she's has a very special place in my heart. I mean, honestly, we talk every day. But yeah, we have a mom's group and dad's group, and we got rid of the name support group. I don't like the name support group because it has this negative connotation. We're sitting, drinking stale coffee out of styrofoam cups. But no, we have a mom's night out. We have a dad's night out. We rotate it around Northeast Ohio so everyone gets a chance to come out. But like you said, you're getting people from all walks of life, all types of backgrounds, and we come together. Our children have brought us together. Our children keep us together. We have this unspoken bond. And we don't necessarily have to talk about Down syndrome at the desk. And we don't always do. Right. But don't get me wrong, like a couple weeks ago we had our dad's night, we all socialized, had our bite to eat, and at the end of the night after the place closed, we sat for like 2 hours on the patio. They let us sit out there. And we just talked. We talked about our kids, we told our stories.
I mean, it comes up during conversation,
it comes up, but there's a variety of social programming that we also do, but networking the other families, I mean, heck, call me a cruise director, the cruise social director if you want. But no, I mean, whether it's on Facebook, connecting people on social media with our private parent-to-parent network, but that's what you want to do. You want a group of friends that you're kind of on this journey with together. And that's what's nice about Facebook. I mean, people might not all be Facebook people, but you can post a question in our parent-to-parent network, and within minutes, you're going to have dozens of families offering their support, and they're all people that are in Northeast Ohio. So, I mean, we have all of our brothers and sisters that are kind of going through this together on this journey of life with a child with Down syndrome. But it's been amazing, and I know some people might get that initial diagnosis, and is it a curse? Is it a death sentence? Is it a life sentence? And honestly, it's a life's mission. It's a purpose in life, and it's just the things that come. I mean, that have come in my life because of the birth of my daughter. I mean, I would have never met you.
Right.
I mean, the relationships I've met, the people I've met, that she's really inspired me. She's inspired my wife, and I think she's inspired a lot of people. And
that's something people don't hear when they first get the diagnosis.
It's scary.
Yes, it is. Okay, well, thank you for the information, Rich. And I'm glad to have you on the show. Next, when we get back, we will be talking to City Cleveland Councilman Brian Kazy. Welcome back. I am here with Cleveland City Councilman Brian Kazy. Hi, Brian.
Maria, how are you?
Good. So I brought you on the show today to talk about Cleveland World Down Syndrome Day and your latest project that happened on Cleveland World Down Syndrome Day. But first, go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know how you're involved with the Down syndrome community.
Well, thanks for having me. I am Cleveland City Councilman Brian Kazy, and also a father of a daughter with Down syndrome, Brianna. And I got involved with Down Syndrome Association of Northeast Ohio about 15 years ago when Brianna was given to us, you know, and blessed to have a child with Down syndrome. It truly is a blessing. She is absolutely the rock of our family. And then when we got involved, we had learned that March 21st is World Down Syndrome Day, but we know that October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month. So as a Cleveland City Councilman, I'm sitting here and I'm watching all these entities get recognized. There's Italian Heritage Month. There's all these different organizations had days in the city of Cleveland.
Yeah.
So I came up with the idea of actually having a City of Cleveland Down Syndrome Day. And that came about through some legislative process with myself and a former councilman, Joe Simperman, who was on Cleveland City Council at the time. And we sponsored the legislation to make October 12th Down Syndrome Day in the City of Cleveland. And since 2013, we just celebrated our 8th Down Syndrome Day in the City of Cleveland.
That's great.
Every year, what we do is we take a celebration. So the very first one we had downtown at Cleveland City Hall, and then since then, the City of Cleveland is divided into 17 different wards, which is how the city is broken up politically. And we take Down Syndrome Day and we celebrate that with Down Syndrome Association of Northeast Ohio.
DSANEO.
DSANEO. And we gather individuals with Down syndrome and their families and partners, and we have a celebration for individuals with Down syndrome every single year on October 12th, which is Down Syndrome Day in the City of Cleveland.
And you say you take this celebration and you kind of move it around the city.
Right. We didn't want to just focus on one part. Part of the celebration is educating individuals on people who have Down syndrome. And what we wanted to do is not just keep it focused on one part, but we wanted to take it across the city so that we celebrate the day each day in a different part of the city.
And each celebration is something different?
Every year we do something different. We've done, movies, we've done celebration at rec centers, we've done permanent things like the mural that we've recently completed. So it's a great thing, and we get to educate the whole city on Down syndrome.
And I think we planted trees.
Yes, one year we planted 3 trees. And October 12th we did 3 trees because the trisomy 21 is the third chromosome. So we planted 3 trees in one ward one year. We showed a movie at a local movie theater one year. We went and celebrated at a rec center on the east side of Cleveland one year. And it's just a way for, 1, to show off different parts of the city, but 2, to educate people in different parts of the city as well on DSANEO and individuals with Down syndrome.
Yes, and I've been to quite a few of these events, and they're always
It's always
fun,
good to have you
good
at
time.
the events, right.
And October 12th, it just happens to be a special day for you as well.
So it does. It's actually Brianna's birthday,
Yeah.
but it just came as happenstance that it landed on her birthday. The year that we were going to pass the resolution to make the city of Down Syndrome Day in the City of Cleveland, October 12th, we meet on Monday nights, Cleveland City Council, and it just happened to be that year that it landed on October 12th that day. So of course Brianna thinks that the City of Cleveland now,
celebrates her
birthday, right, and throws her a big party every year. But we wanted it in October, obviously, because it's Down Syndrome Awareness Month. But the year we passed it, the 12th, just happened to be her birthday. Yeah. So it kind of, it's a little something extra special. But it just happened to work out that, Down Syndrome Day happens to be Brianna's birthday, yes.
I love it. I love it. And so this year, the celebration was the More Alike Than Different mural.
Correct.
So tell us a little bit how this project came about.
So when I was talking with Tony Malee, the executive director of DSANEO, she asked me what we thought we would want to do this year. So in my mind, we celebrate it every year, and then it just kind of, like every other celebration, and you celebrate it, and then it kind of goes away.
Yeah.
And what I really wanted to do this year was I wanted to do something that was going to be permanent, something that was going to extend beyond DSANEO, focus on Down syndrome, but be a little bit broader, and something that was going to last long after we're gone, right? So at West 161st and Puritas, there was this wall, and the wall was always graffitied over, and we would go out and we would just paint it, and it was just blotchy. And I came up with the idea, working with DSANEO, that why don't we take this wall and why don't we beautify it, right? But beautify it in a way that individuals with Down syndrome and other organizations could be recognized. So we came up with the idea of a more alike than different mural. And what the mural is we worked with DSANEO, we worked with our local community development corporation, Bel Air Puritas, we got an artist, and then we started reaching out. We reached out to the Cleveland Browns, who were extremely helpful in the whole process. And then we had about 12 other organizations, 10, 11, 12 organizations who represented individuals who were developmentally different and able, aside from just Down syndrome. And we brought everybody together to paint this wall. And the mural, if you see it, it's all
beautiful.
It all kind of looks the same, but it's different, right? As you know, each flower that's in the mural is kind of the same, but it's different. And everybody's logo is incorporated into the mural, which is focused on the more alike than different part of it, but it's also focused on the logo of DSANEO, right?
Yes.
So that's a good thing. And then we hired the local artist, and it all came together. I mean, we had a number of different organizations of people who are developmentally disabled help paint the mural.
Yes.
Which was awesome to see. They had a great time doing it. And then we had the local artists just kind of bring everything together, and you see the completed project, and it's absolutely spectacular. And I don't know how many phone calls, messages, texts I've gotten saying, sometimes I go out of my way, when I'm going home, just to drive by the mural. And our hopes and our goal is to extend that mural, because there's that mural space, which is the biggest one in Ohio, dedicated to individuals with developmental disabilities. We want to extend it even further to make it even grander.
Yeah. And the staff at DSANEO was there one day helping.
Absolutely.
It was a whole community project.
It was.
Lots of people got involved. The Cleveland Browns.
Spectacular. I mean, we had so many people out there, and they all wanted to be there, right? They all wanted to be a part of it, which is something that, individuals with developmental disabilities, whether it be Down syndrome or autism or whatever you want, we seem to always forget them. It's like, everybody talks in the political world about, the poor, the less fortunate. But when we talk about, different aspects of what people are going through, we always seem to forget the people who are actually the less fortunate, who are always the ones who are so willing to help with no matter what we ask for.
Yeah, and that's why we continue to advocate for inclusion for individuals with disabilities.
Absolutely, and we've got to continue to do that.
Okay, so the project did kick off on World Down Syndrome Day, which was March 21st, and it was unveiled on Cleveland Down Syndrome Day, which is October 12th. So
correct, yes. and we did that on purpose, right?
Yeah.
We wanted to kick it off World Down Syndrome Day, then we wanted it unveiled on Down Syndrome Day in the city of Cleveland.
Yeah, well, it's all about spreading awareness. So.
And that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, it was a wonderful time, and I was honored to be a part of it.
And it was great to have you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Brian. Now we're going to hear from some of the people that were involved in this mural project, and also be able to meet the artists.
Good evening, everybody. I'll be very brief. As Councilman Kazy said, I shared a bedroom for 18 years of my life with my little brother Dilly, who was born differently abled. So I'm just so proud, not only as a council member, but as a community member and a brother, to open this. And I haven't seen it yet, so I'm really excited to welcome this incredible piece of art today. And just want to recognize Councilman Kazy. He's not the kind of guy that's going to ever talk about himself, so somebody else has got to do it. And this guy is our leading advocate and voice for the community on council, and never lets us forget it. So I want to thank him for his efforts. And thank you all for being a part of this, and everyone that's touched this mural. I'm so excited to see it.
All right, thanks, Councilman. And Judge Deborah Turner, she's a judge in the Cuyahoga County Court of Common Pleas, and she also has a good story to tell about an individual with a developmental disability.
Good afternoon. Thank you, everyone. Isn't it great to be here? Listen, I have a son that's Donald, and Donald has Down syndrome, and And we've been around a long time. So for us to see this day where we can, look at this mural and have everyone here on this grand occasion, it's really wonderful. Donald's 45, so you know what it was like 45 years ago. For us to come here, we've seen growth, we've seen progress, and we have a long way to go, but we're getting there, and we can get there with all of us. Thank you so much.
All right, Rashard Higgins.
Hey, how everybody doing today? Just want to say thank you guys for all having us out here today. On behalf of me, myself, Jamarcus, and the Cleveland Browns, today is very special for us. We're excited to be here with the unveiling of this mural. It'll show our differences, but different doesn't matter a lot. Thank you guys again, and let's celebrate.
Down Syndrome Association of Northeast Ohio. We're unveiling the new mural, and as you can see, I don't know how they covered it, but yeah, this is finally for a lot of people to see it for the first time. A lot of people in the community have seen it, but a lot of people from around the city are here, and they're going to see it for the very first time. We had all different groups, organizations, all different abilities come out and help. And they help with the background and the color and really apply the paint, and we just had a really great time. So it was to get the community together, but also showing that, yeah, we are more alike than different in this world, and we're all in this crazy jungle of a world. We're just living in it, and we need to work together and be kind to each other. We've gotten such great reactions from this just while working on this over the months. People honking their horns and yelling out the windows and people stopping, and it's been overwhelmingly positive. And that's what we wanted. It's just a community project. It's for the community, and we just want something colorful and grabs you, and we transform this once gray, bland wall into something that really catches you, but also bring awareness to Down syndrome and all kinds of other people with special needs. And so it's been crazy positive experience. The inspiration for this one, there's another building I had painted in Ohio City on West 41st and Bridge. It's a building covered with flowers, and it's lots of color that will make it pop, and that was the inspiration for this one as well. We took that and we went further with that direction, and we went even crazier with the colors, crazier with the scale, and crazier with everything. So yeah, that was the inspiration for it. But also I do a lot of floral murals anyway, and it is a great metaphor for just people in general, different flowers, and we're all living together. And it's just, it's a fun metaphor for everything and life and society and people, and it ends up working.
Thank you so much for watching Something Extra. Please join us next month as we will be talking to some representatives from the Cleveland Browns.